What's up, Facebook friends? It's your boy, K Dizzle, also known as Kyle Loesch. I'll just get this out of the way. Please follow me at Twitter, and it is at K Dizzle, KDIZZLE. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with me, obviously I'm on YouTube on my real name, Kyle, Loesch, and it's pronounced Loesch, like Phil Loesch, for all you deadheads out there. I do a lot of segments of music, funny stuff. I haven't done anything in a while. I'm still waiting for a good friend of mine to help me out with all this stuff because I am still a baby when it comes to the YouTube world. It's a beautiful day out here in Connecticut. I hope wherever you are having an amazing day full of love, happiness, and good weather. There's a lot of, how shall I say this? There is a lot of hate out there. There's been threats to former President Obama. There's been threats to Hillary Clinton. Excuse me, I'm sorry. There has been pipe bomb threats in Florida, and it's very disturbing. Very, very disturbing. And, it takes so much more energy to hate rather than to love. A lot more energy. And I am still, I put out in these YouTube videos and I call out a lot of celebrities, like, YouTube celebrities, I should say, like Bradley Martin, because the other guys aren't in my weight class. I'm going off topic a little bit. But yeah, I call out Bradley Martin, to a fight. And it's not about hate. It's about me getting my name in the game. And I know I could beat Bradley. I don't even train, and if this somehow gets to him, would be great because he's obviously stronger than me. There's no doubt about that. Definitely stronger than me. Probably 5 times stronger than me. He's taller than me, and excuse me. And he weighs a lot more. No, I'm about 245 right now. He's probably a solid 260. And as you can see, I still have a broken blue. No. I still have a bad habit with smoking, which I have to stop in order to make this imaginary fight that's never going to happen. But, Bradley, if you're still out there, homie, come at me, dog. Anyways, let's get back to this hate and, because right now I don't know what else to talk about, because I just want to take a couple minutes and be serious, because there is just, I was listening to this podcast last night, and for y'all that's not familiar with Theo Vonn, that is Theovon, Theo Vonn. And this cat is from Louisiana, and now he lives in LA. He's a stand-up comic. If you guys are old like me, you'd remember him from the Road Rules. That was probably in 2002. He's 38 years old. He's a year older than me. But he is fucking hilarious. Hilarious. And he has this wit about him that is uncanny to anyone else that's out there in the comedy world. Absolutely brilliant. But there's also a serious side to Theo, and I was listening to his podcast last night, and some guy called up, and basically he was at his wedding at Catalina Island, which is an island off of California. It's still part of California, and back in the day, quick story, they have buffalo there, which is kind of cool. It's gnarly to have buffalo on an island, and especially in California, and the reason being, I'm not too sure, you can Google this, but I believe I don't know, someone probably, I think someone came, brought a buffalo over there, or two, and back in the day, thought it'd be funny for them to fuck. And now there's a shit ton of them, well over 1,000. Look it up. Catalina Island and the amount of buffalo they have there. Anyways, this gentleman got married there. He called into Theo Vonn's show last night, or a couple nights ago. And he was talking about, and I was having a bad day. You know, for those who are familiar with me, I suffer with severe depression. And that's why I'm not consistent with these videos. But, sorry if this is loud. Can't edit that out. This gentleman called in and was pissed, and rightfully so. He was getting married at Catalina Island in California. It's uncomfortable. I look fat with tits, which I do have, but probably a solid B cup. Each tit probably weighs about 6.5 pounds. Yeah, I'd say so. So about 12 pounds of tit-a right there. Anyways, 26 years old. He's getting married at one of the most beautiful places in the world. I'm sure he has a lovely bride. And I think after the wedding, they're at the, they're getting down and boogie woogieing and all that stuff, and definitely not listening to mumble rap because that shit wasn't around, and I still hate on mumble rap, and I will continue until it's deceased. Anyways, so they're getting down, jiggy with it, and one of his groomsmen pushes him in the pool, and I believe it was shallow, and he broke his neck and got paralyzed at the age of 26, I think the day after he got married. And it turned for a dark twist because Theo's usually, his podcast, This Past Weekend, it's called This Past Weekend. Please check him out. He is what keeps me going. Not only because he's funny, because he also has a softer side to him, just like me. I'm a gentle giant. I'm not a giant, but 6'2", 245. I'm pretty bigger than the average person, I think. So this guy calls in, right? And he's pissed, at 26 years old, he's paralyzed, right? And he's now 52. And let me throw this in. He was a 3-star athlete, a scholar, and played football. And, 26 years old, you're still a child in my eyes. And now he's paralyzed, right? He's 52 for half of his life, right? And he calls in saying how pissed off he is that, and I'm not gonna say all because that is completely wrong, but a lot and the majority of people that are in wheelchairs decide to eat themselves into oblivion, and they feel sorry for themselves, which in a lot of cases rightfully so. I mean, who am I to judge? I don't know what these people are going through, but I do see a lot of obese people in wheelchairs, and like I said, I don't know what they're going through, but anyways, he is calling in to kind of get it off his chest how pissed he is with people that are overweight in wheelchairs and that are still able to sometimes walk and just choose to stay in the wheelchair and eat themselves into a fat, sweaty mess. And I am sensitive to the people out there that have no control over it, but the people that do, and then they decide to give up on life, when this gentleman is saying he would die to stand up and walk, and he does everything right, from eating clean to exercising at the best of his ability with the wheelchair. And I'm not sure, he didn't get into specifics, but it was a powerful story. And if you could find it on Theo Vonn's podcast, it's just one of those, when I got in the car and I was already having, a small panic attack, and I heard this gentleman speak, it really put things in perspective, how much I take for granted, how much we take for granted. And I say we lightly. It's a shame that a lot of people decide to go the route of just giving up when you still have the power to change. And when you still are capable of changing and you still have the power, please take advantage of it. It's sad to hear this gentleman speak, and it really put things in perspective for me last night when I was having a really, really tough time. Like I said, I was having a small panic attack. Throw a little depression in there, and you have some wicked thoughts, some gnarly thoughts in your head, and it is so. For those who struggle with depression and anxiety, you know what I'm talking about. It's like I'm getting stepped on, right on the chest, right on the sternum, and the walls are closing in, and you can't breathe. You can't do anything. All you're doing is you're praying to the universe, or if you believe in God, or any of that, just to make it stop, just to stop. And I was going through that for an hour straight. I love coffee. Pike, Starbucks. I'm trying to get some fucking ads, some plugs. You know, I'm not getting paid for this, but it helps me to reach out. Even if I'm talking to one person, even if I'm talking to myself, it helps a lot. Especially when you have a nose like this, how big it is, and this forehead that just comes at you like a fucking rhino. It's just sad because, you know, there's just so many people out there that are giving up, right? And I was one of them. You know, I tried in the past to take my life. I've tried to just run away. I've isolated. I've done all of that stuff and then some. And one day I'd love to write a book about my story, and just, you know, I'm at a turning point in life right now where I just want to give. I just want to love. I just want to fight Bradley Martin. I know it's kind of, I'm kind of contradicting myself, but it's all in fun. Love and war, and Bradley, you're a pussy. But anyways, just kidding, I don't even know you, but the offer still stands. I'm always going to throw that in there a little bit, you know, when I'm talking serious. I got to break it up a little bit so you guys aren't like, what the fuck, man, this shit is depressing. But it is depressing, and it is real, and it's out there. So please, anybody out there that's struggling with it, I'm going to wrap this up because I just keep mumbling, and I could talk and listen to myself because I'm a narcissist. Even though, you know, I'm probably a soft 7. A soft 7 because I have my teeth. If I didn't have my teeth, if I was missing a tooth, I'd be like a 6. You know, like a sexy 6. You know. Anyways, if you guys are battling with depression or anything like that, or anxiety or anything, you got to listen to this podcast or some motivational speaker and just realize that there is people out there that have it so much worse than you. And, you know, obviously we know about the third world countries and all that, and what's going on in Israel or Islam. I don't even know, but I know there's some kind of small civil war going on over there, and it's just sad because I'm going to speak for myself, and when I say we, it's basically me, but we as individuals that struggle with addiction, would struggle with depression, anxiety, panic attacks, all that fun stuff, all that stuff that just makes you want to end your life, you know. But remember, there is always someone that has it worse, way worse. And if you have your limbs and if you have a voice, let it be heard. Put that foot forward. Keep marching. Keep fighting. You know, I've lost 12 people that I know this year. 12. And it doesn't even surprise me anymore. To addiction, to mental health. And, you know, I don't even go to the funerals anymore. And I know that's fucked up for some people, but that's my choice because it's way too much for me to handle. And that's selfish acting, and I understand that. But we all have our ways of coping, our coping mechanisms, okay? But listen, I can't emphasize this enough. What am I, Obama? No, that's fucking That sounds like Bill Clinton a little bit. But anyways, I can't emphasize enough how serious this is, okay, guys? And there's always someone out there that has it worse. Just remember that. And if you'd love to talk or just send me a DM or whatever, please, because I'm trying to be a voice out there that is stepped on, that is unheard, that is pushed to the psychologists and the psychiatrists and your general practitioners and all this just to get meds and make more money. No, we don't need that anymore, okay? Yes, some of us do, actually. But there's also other ways of handling this, okay? It's opening up, it's talking to someone, it's grinding it out no matter how hard it feels in life, no matter how much you're struggling. Just pick up that foot. If you still have feet, if you're able to walk, pick up that foot and put it in front of one in front of another, in front of another. And if living day by day isn't working, live minute by minute. Live hour by hour. That's what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm trying. And I can't emphasize it enough that people have it so much worse than us. Remember that. Not all of you, but the majority of us that are struggling, we know deep down inside that the majority of us don't have it as bad as other people do in different countries, in different cultures. And you know, I'm not a religious man, but I believe in the universe, and I believe in karma, and I believe in what you put in the universe will come back to you. And I'm not trying to preach, and I'm not a preacher, and I never, ever, I don't know, I always despise people that would push, but you know what? Someone has to address mental health. Someone has to address depression. Someone has to be a voice on Facebook. And I know there's a lot of people out there, but I just don't see them. And maybe it's just my own negligence or lack of effort or being lazy. Call it what you want to call it. But please contact me. Anyone out there. You know, I think I have like 28 subscribers, and that's probably all family and friends. But hey, maybe this can reach someone that you know, friends and family that are listening, or the random Joe on the corner, or the random Maggie at the store, or an AA meeting. Have them listen to this, have them contact me, and have them talk. The worst thing they can do is just hold it in. The worst thing they can do is hold it in. And especially if they have loved ones, because they're not going to be able to understand what's going through up here. They probably have an idea, but they don't know what's really going on, okay? And I've held it so long. I mean, I've aged. I look horrible. I'm 37 years old. I look like I'm 52. And that's all because I was stubborn and I had to do it Kyle's way, right? I had to do it my way. I didn't want to listen to anybody else. But now I'm a sponge, and it's so cliche. I hate that. But I like to absorb stuff. I like to hear what you guys have to say. I like to hear what the common Fred has to say, the common Sally. And these are all weird names that I'm throwing out, and I don't know why. But listen, please contact me. Or if you don't feel like that, contact somebody else. Contact somebody that knows you. Contact somebody that loves you. Contact somebody that not a friend that you party with, or a dealer. Those aren't friends. We know that. Come on, guys. We know that. Those aren't friends. Those are just people that use you for your money so they can get high, so you can get high, so whatever. You know, I'm going off track because of my ADD, but I know what you guys are feeling. Trust me. And it's a beautiful day out over here, and I hope it's beautiful where you are. From the bottom of my heart, I love you guys, and I've given you my information. You know what to do, but it's the ball's in your court, right? Check out Theo Vonn's podcast. Hold on. Sorry.